When selecting a contract for the service and maintenance of your patient handling equipment, there can be many different options, and choosing the right one for your facility can be quite a challenge. In this video today, we're going to discuss the different types of service and maintenance contracts and the pros and cons of each one. An all-inclusive service and maintenance contract is much like an insurance policy, and you'll pay a flat fee every month, and all your assets across all your sites will be covered in most circumstances, with a few exceptions. With an all-inclusive contract, the cost of parts and labour are typically included within your monthly fee. With an all-inclusive contract can often come a higher premium rate. This reflects the supplier's need to consider for the worst case scenarios that they may come across with your equipment. And this typically would be in relation to the parts and labour, depending on the age and the condition of your equipment. A standard service and maintenance contract is an agreement between yourselves and your service provider where you pay for the work as and when it is provided. This type of contract is the most common within the market and typically ranges from 1 to 5 years. There are no upfront costs with a standard contract, as you pay for your service and maintenance as you go, and suppliers can be quite competitive as more of the unknown risks sits with you as the owner of the equipment. Additionally, with a standard contract, you're locking in your rates for the duration of the contract term. So there's the benefit of a certainty around the pricing you're paying. The cons of a standard contract are that whilst it can appear very competitive and affordable up front, there are a number of unknowns which have the potential to cause you to go over budget. As you will be expected to authorise further remedial quotations, this can sometimes impact the downtime of equipment when decisions are not made quickly. A semi-inclusive contract is a combination of an all-inclusive contract and a standard contract. These are typically tailored to your requirements. You may wish to have all parts included, but pay labour as and when it's required. Alternatively, you may wish to have all labour included, but then just pay for the parts as and when they're required. So really it's a combination of both types of contracts. The pros and cons of a semi-inclusive contract are very, very similar to both the pros and cons of a standard contract and an all-inclusive, dependent on which elements you select. With most service contracts, unless they are cancelled or renewed, they will roll. These are known as rolling contracts. With a rolling contract, you essentially retain the terms and conditions of the initial contract. However, just be aware, as your supplier can potentially put your rates up at relatively short notice. Here at Medico, we understand that your facility and your assets are unique. We work with care homes, special schools and hospices across the country to help clarify which type of contract works best for them. Further information about service and maintenance contracts can be read on our full article on our Knowledge and Insights blog pages. Here you could read all about what you need to look out for in the details of your contract, and have a much more in-depth read through the information shared in this video. If you have any further questions or would like any further information, you can get in touch with one of our experts here at Medico today. We're happy to help.